What is going on, crypto miners? Welcome back to the channel. Well, in today's video, we're talking Dogecoin. And more specifically, we're talking about setting up your own home Dogecoin node and pool for solo mining. And you might be like, well, what do I need one of those for? Well, let's say more recently you picked up like something like this, the new Hammer Miner DCO2. This one just came out more recently. I just moved it from the shed in here for the video. And look at that, under 5 minutes and we're right at about 100 mega hash. Maybe you're using another home miner for solo mining Dogecoin. Because I mean, honestly, a Dogecoin block right now is worth 10,000 Dogecoin. It'd be awesome to hit a Dogecoin box solo right now, but let's say you got like a gold shell mini Doge, an old one that you set up, or you have a Fluminer L2 or an L1 Pro out there that you got at home and you want to solo mine with it. Well, guess what? You could go ahead and solo mine at home and you could mine directly to your own home Dogecoin pool. So in today's video, what we're going to go through is we're going to go through how to set up your own node and pool directly. Now, I've been running my own node at home for Bitcoin for quite a while now. A lot of you guys actually had that chance to see that video that I did not too long ago for Bitcoin. And we've been running that on Umbrel, and Umbrel OS has been amazing to run on, but I've started to add more and more nodes. I've been hooked on solo mining, guys. We got Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Digibyte, and now we're starting to add things like Dogecoin. And while that has been amazing on a mini PC, it's been struggling. Not only with, bandwidth ability, from the bandwidth side, but also from just hard drive space. So I've decided it's time to go ahead and beef up my own home node to something a little bit beefier. And let me introduce you to this Dell Precision desktop. Now, I bought this back in the day for Flux AI. Remember that? Never went anywhere. But I bought this exactly for the Flux AI project and it just never ended up working out. It's been sitting in my closet doing absolutely nothing. And this traditionally is like a beefy, workstation setup. People used it for CAD and a bunch of other things out there. This one's actually the Precision 5810. And while I tinkered with this quite a bit, I decided I want to use this for a badass home node setup. So let's take a closer look here and let's talk about it. So I've added some stuff. This isn't the way it comes from Dell directly, but let's kind of hash through it a little bit. So is this overkill? 1000%, but it's just been sitting in my closet collecting dust. So we're going to put it to work. It has 128 gigabytes of memory. It doesn't come like this. I had ordered it when we were going to go with the Flux side of things. Has a Xeon processor in it. And what I've gone ahead and done, actually has a, look here, you can maybe see it, 685 watt power supply in there. And I've decided to beef this up even more. So I went ahead and took a 3080 that I was going to sell on Facebook Marketplace, but I'm like, let's put it in here. Maybe we have some graphical use at some point. We are using the Veteran Miner cables in here to interface in with this Dell power supply. And what I have added to help this out is, you can see here on the back, I have added a 5 gig NIC card. My internal network's 2.5 by 2.5 in Ubiquiti setup. And we do have 5 by 5 symmetrical fiber. And then finally, what I added to this from a hard drive side of things. So check this out here. This is like a little caddy. And inside, I went ahead and bought pretty much the cheapest 4 terabyte NVMe I could. I just went on Amazon and was like, let me find the cheapest. So that holds my 4 terabyte NVMe, clicks in there, and then we go ahead and slide it right inside of the PCI slot here. And we can go ahead and use that because this old Dell motherboard doesn't have an NVMe slot. So in today's video, I'm going to go through setting up Dogecoin with Umbrel and setting up my Dogecoin node and my Dogecoin pool. And you guys can follow along with any little mini PC you want out there, But after I install Dogecoin, man, I have so many other nodes that we're gonna sync up. So we're gonna turn this into a beast. But for all intents and purposes, what we're doing today, you guys can do with any little $100 mini PC sitting around. So go ahead and grab yourself a little USB drive. This is an old server 2022 USB drive. I labeled it Umbrel OS, and let's jump over to the computer and talk about it. Huge shout out to today's video sponsor, CryptoMinerBros.com. If you guys are in the market for your next ASIC miner, take a look over at Crypto Miner Bros. Now, right now, they got some great deals going on their website, some miners that I'm absolutely interested in, the Bidax Gamma 601, the brand new Nerd Miner Octa Axe. They also have the upcoming Flu Miner L3 Dogecoin miner and the new Flu Miner T3 Home Bitcoin miner. Listen, at the time of checkout, use the checkout code TheHobbyistMiner. It'll save you $70 off each individual ASIC. Guys, go over, check out today's video sponsor, CryptoMinerBros.com. Link directly down below in the video description. All right, so we need to download two different pieces of software to get started. The first one is Balena Etcher. So I'm going to put a link to Balena Etcher down below. We're going to click download Etcher. And right here, it says for Windows, which is what we want. We're going to click download. The second thing that you're going to need is, I'm going to put a link to this directly down below, is you're going to need the Umbrel OS. Now, the latest version is out, came out about November of 2025. So just a few months ago. And come on over here, and you actually have a variety of different avenues to download it. For today's video, we're going to download the USB installer.iso, which is this one directly right here. Download both of those, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, so our downloads have finished. So go ahead and install Balena Etcher first. Just jump through the install process. Takes all of, honestly, 30 seconds maybe to walk through this. And once you're done, you're going to come to this screen once it's installed. I already had mine installed ahead of time. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that you plug in your USB drive. Okay. Then we're going to do flash from file, and we're going to select this Umbrel USB installer that we downloaded. All right, next thing is it wants us to select the target. Where is it going to install it to? Which is going to be that USB drive. So I'm going to come in, here's that USB drive. I'm going to select it and hit select, and we're going to hit flash. All right, so the install has finished. Let's go ahead and unplug it from the computer and head on over to our new Node PC. All right, so we have our Node set up here, our Node PC set up in this room here. And what I've gone ahead and done, set up a monitor with it. You are going to need one and also a keyboard and mouse to make it much easier. Now, I did go ahead and plug in via USB that little Umbrel USB drive that we went ahead and made, and I booted up to the boot menu. Now, before we go ahead and jump into selecting our SMI USB disk there, I want to go into the BIOS first, and I want to show you a setting that I have set in there, which I feel is really, really important. So in here under power management, if we come down, this is something that I think we all need to make sure that we're doing. Under AC recovery, you always want to make sure you have this powered on. Now, it might be different based off of, if you're using a Dell, Lenovo, an HP, or a custom built rig, whatever you decide to do, you always want to have AC power on. And what that means is, like, when the power goes out, when it comes right back on, the PC will boot right back up. It'll resync the node with just a little bit of that differential when it was out, and then it'll get up and running. If not, you're going to have your miners that come back up, but your PC is not going to be on for your node and pool, and your miners aren't going to start mining. So make sure that you guys do set that. After you're done, go ahead and boot up the PC. You're going to select the boot menu and select your USB drive. All right, so once you select the USB drive, it's going to bring you right into the Umbrel screen. It's going to start taking off, doing its own thing here. Just give it a minute. We have a little cursor up in their left-hand corner blinking, and we're waiting for a prompt. It's going to go through booting everything up, and this is exactly what we want. So what installing Umbrel OS will wipe your entire storage drive. And so it's giving us two options. SDA SMI USB disk, which is this guy right here down below. That is number one. You can also see it's 14.5 gigs. Or do I want number two, the NVMe? That's 4 terabytes. So I want number two here. So select the storage drive. So I'm going to select number two, and I'm going to hit enter. It's going to start this process based off of your rig's hardware. It's going to take a little while, but once this is done, it's going to go ahead and give you a prompt. All right, so the install has finished. It actually tells you it's completed. It tells you to remove the USB drive before you power on. So we're going to go ahead and unplug my USB drive here, and we're just going to hold down the power button on this side. All right, we entirely booted right up in, and take a look right here. This is all you're gonna get. Your Umbrel is now accessible, and it gives you a URL here that you could use, or it shows the IP address. So let's go over to our computer. I'm gonna go to 192.168.86.211. Yours is definitely gonna be different, but we don't need to do anything on the computer in this setup right now. Everything can be done on our regular desktop from the web browser. All right, so here we are. I just went to the IP address, and this is exactly what came up. I haven't jumped in any steps or anything like that. So we're gonna jump through here. We're gonna click start. It's gonna ask us to put in our name and our password. So I'm just gonna put in hobbyist here, and I'm gonna put in a password, top secret. All right. Oh, I messed it up. Let's try again. All right, I'm gonna hit create. All right, our account has been created. That account information, guys, is just for this local node. That's it. That's all that does. We're gonna go through the steps here of next, and here we are. We are now have Umbrel OS set up. It's ready to go, but we have some work to do to get Dogecoin mining and up and running here on our own solo node, but it's not that much work. So we are setting ourselves up today to be able to support multiple different nodes and pools, more specifically Dogecoin. And I want to give credit where credit is due. A fellow content creator and community member, Retro Mike, has built all of this. So huge shout out to him. Go over, I'll leave a link to his channel directly down below. He is really set the pace for the home solo mining game. And honestly, I really appreciate it. So what we're going to do is there's actually a GitHub that he's developed for the community here. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to put a link down below. You're going to need to copy this GitHub for Retro Mike. Then what we're going to do is come over to Umbrel, and down below at the bottom here, this little blue icon, this is actually the App Store. And we're not going to grab one of the apps that's already out there. We're going to come in here. We're going to go to the dots to the top right and do Community App Stores. We're then going to paste in Retro Mike's GitHub for his Umbrel App Store and hit add. Once you do that, right here, we're going to have an option now to open. Now, once you open, we got a lot of cool things in here. I mean, you could take a look. We could install the Bitcoin node. We could do a Peercoin, Vertcoin, Digibyte, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, Bitcoin SV, eCash. Like, there's all different things in here. There's Caspa in here, everything. Try to stay focused. I know it's very distracting. Or get excited. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open the Dogecoin node and click install. And this is only going to take a few minutes. It won't take very long at all. So let's let this finish real quick. We're already at 80% here. And once this is done, we're going to click open. I'm going to do everything in real time with you guys. So open. Okay. It's going to look like this. And that's great. No problem. It's exactly what we expect. We're going to go ahead and close that. Okay. So now we're going to go back to the community app store. So I'm going to go back here, and we do need to install. If you scroll down, you're going to see databases, Postgres. So we're going to select that one, and we're going to click install. Now, when that one's done, we don't have to open it. We can keep moving forward. That one installs actually rather quick, which is great. So once that's done, give it a sec here, 90%. Now it's like watching paint dry when you want it to go faster. All right, 99%. We'll take it. Give me that 100. Oh man, what a tease. Come on, where's that 128 gigabytes of memory coming in? All right, so that's finished. Now, oh, I closed out of it. All right, let me show you how to get back in. The App Store, the dots top right, Community App Store. Now here is that GitHub. It's already in there, so we're just going to click open. Awesome. So now the next thing that we're going to do is you're going to want to come in here, and there is a Mining Core Web UI. We're going to click on that one and hit install. Guys, we are like more than halfway there. It's exciting. Absolutely exciting. Once this is done, we're going to hit open. Now, the first thing you're going to notice, this is a nice web GUI. It's awesome. It's pretty cool. But there's no coins listed. And you're like, oh man, what the heck? Like, what's going on? Patience. On the left-hand side, click on pool config and look at all these. Ooh. So we're going to hit setup database schema, top left. And we're just going to click OK. We're then going to click refresh master coin list. Click OK. Now we're going to select Dogecoin here. Now I'm going to talk about how you can add all these other coins if you want to do any of these other ones in the future. Next thing down here, we're going to click generate pool config file. And we're going to click OK. So now what we need to do is, once that's done, we'll close out of this. We need to go back to the App Store, and we have one last one, Mining Core right here. We're going to click install. That's like the last app that we do need to go ahead and do. So we're installing that right now. And then after that's done, we're actually going to go back into the Mining Core web GUI. See, look at this. This has been only a few minutes. It's working out awesome so far. Once again, huge shout out to Retro Mike. Do appreciate his efforts in putting this all together for us, for the community, so that we can solo mine Dogecoin at home with our own Dogecoin and Litecoin Scrypt miners. I absolutely love this. I mean, solo mining Bitcoin at home has been amazing. I've loved it. I loved mining to my own node. So now having the ability to mine a lot of ththese other coins, other SHA-256 coins, other Scrypt mineable coins. I mean, this is great. I love it. I love this kind of grassroots tinkerer side of the world that I feel like home mining has really been missing out on in the last few years. So this has been an absolute pleasure to be able to jump back into this and kind of bring some of this kind of the core of mining back to home miners. It's been an absolute blast. All right, we're at 99% right now. Come on, give me that 100% here. So once this is done, we're going to open the web UI, and that's when we should, if everything installed right, we should then see Dogecoin listed in there. Okay, perfect. So now that we've gotten everything done, we're going to open up the web UI, and there it is. Ha, we did it right. So Dogecoin is now listed in here. And something to keep in mind is that it's not ready for us yet. It needs to sync the entire blockchain. And we will know when that's done, when you actually see network hash rate listed. It's syncing the entire blockchain, and when it's done, we'll see the hash rate listed right there. That's when you know it's been absolutely finished. So we're going to let this run. It's going to take a little while. I mean, it could take a few hours. It could take a few days. If you're trying to figure out which crypto mining pool is best for you, consider Via BTC. Via BTC supports 10 different crypto algorithms and the flexibility to convert your mining payouts on the fly to coins like Bitcoin and USDT quickly and easily. Where are my Scrypt miners at? If you're looking to reap the rewards of merge mining, Via BTC supports over 10 different merge mineable coins, making their platform more profitable for Scrypt miners. Go check out Via BTC directly down below via the link in the video description. All right, so it's been just over 24 hours and we are fully synced up. So jumping in here, taking a look, we're going to click on Web UI, and on the right-hand side, you can see the network hash rate is listed. That means that we are ready to go. It actually shows the difficulty as well. So now what? What do we do? Well, here's the next step. So we're going to select actual Dogecoin. And when you click on that, this is your dashboard. This is your pool. So we're running the pool and the node for Dogecoin mining, solo mining here at home. And so you have lots of great information in here, but you're not really going to see anything, right? Because we do not have any miner set up, but this will be populated very, very soon. So what we're going to do, we're going to come up to getting started and take a look. It gives us the stratum. It gives us umbral.local : 6003. Now, I'm not going to use umbral.local. I'm actually going to use the IP address. I always like to use that internally, but I also, everything is statically assigned. I actually do an IP reservation within my firewall and router, not something that you guys will do, but let's walk through how to set this up real quick. So I'm going to jump over to our Hammer miner that we were using for our example, and let's go into settings, and we're going to come in here and actually pool them, and let's set in the stratum here. So I'm going to delete what's in there, and I'm going to use the IP address, but this is where you would put umbral.local. I'm going to use my IP address up here. I'm going to have to put that in there. There we go. Now it says, look, it's like, don't use the colon because it just wants the actual name. Here, if you guys were doing this, you guys would do umbral.local if you guys were following along, but I'm just doing it a little bit differently. And then for port, you remember right here, it says 6003. We're going to put 6003. Now for the Stratum username, you're going to use your Dogecoin address. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a test Dogecoin address there. And for a password, I'm going to hit X and I'm going to hit save. And I'm going to do the restart on my miner. And let's circle back in a few minutes and kind of see how things look. In the meantime, though, I want to show you guys real quick, now that we have Dogecoin fully synced up and ready to go, I want to add Bitcoin Cash. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. It's a very simple process. So we're actually going to close out of this and go back to Umbral. And you could do this with all the other ones out there as well if you're interested. So we're going to go back into our App Store. Community apps. Now I do have the Retro Mike Community App Store already in here, so I'm going to hit open. And remember, we can add any of these that we want, but I recommend doing one at a time and let them sync. So I'm going to select Bitcoin Cash node and hit install. All right, now that that's done, I'm going to close out of that and we're going to go back into the Mining Core Web GUI and we're going to go to pool configuration. And in here, all I'm going to do is check off Bitcoin Cash right here at the top. And I'm going to hit generate pool config and hit OK. Now what we need to do, we're going to close this and I'm just going to right click on Mining Core and go to restart. That's all you have to do to add your next node and pool that you'd like to do. And you could pack this thing full, kind of like what I'm going to be doing with all the different coins that I'm interested in solo mining. After Bitcoin Cash, I'm actually going to be adding Digibyte. All right, now that that's done, I'm going to go back into Web GUI and look, there's Bitcoin Cash. But remember, we can't use it until network hash rate actually has some type of number in there. But as of now, we're going to let our miner here, let's see, you can actually see it. So when I come back to my miner, it's just getting started. So the hash rate is not where it needs to be yet. You can see it's up and hashing. But what I want you to show you guys is back over on the pool side. Look, it shows one miner and it shows you actually the pool hash rate. Now it's going to take a little while to get up to date. But the nice thing is I can click on Dogecoin and in here we can click on dashboard and it's going to start to populate some of this information. It only, look, here's the one that it comes in with. And if you just have the address in there, the reason is I did not add a miner name. So if you're interested, when you're in here and you're setting this up under pool, make sure you put like dot and we'll do, this is the DCO2. We'll make sure we add it in there. And hit save and restart and that'll go ahead and add that from there. But guys, we are good to go. We are solo mining Dogecoin to our own pool, to our own node, which is synced with the Dogecoin blockchain. If you guys have any questions on how to do this process, please make sure you guys stop in the Discord. I'll leave a link down below. And don't forget, you don't need anything crazy. You can use a small home mini PC just like this. I've seen some people go ahead and use a Raspberry Pi. Just keep in mind, as you start to fill that thing with different nodes and pools, you may need a beefier setup like I showed you guys today. All right, guys, hopefully this was helpful for you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.